the only Jedi to trick Darth Vader. This comic starts with Vader checking on a disturbance outside their base, where he then sees a wounded clone trooper walking out of the woods, and just before he dies he tells Vader that the enemy was a Jedi, and he then heads in the woods after them, leaving his men behind. We see the Jedi alongside his group, who are natives to the land, discussing their next move, but before they can even finish talking, Vader appears in the forest igniting his saber. He cuts down one of them and throws the rest into the forest. The two begin to fight until Vader hits the Jedi's leg, dropping him to the ground. He hits him with a lantern, but it doesn't faze Vader, and he picks him up by the neck, taking his hood off and realizing that he is only a Padawan. He tells Vader where his master is, and Vader throws him, saying that he will not delay him any longer, and he uses both of their sabers to execute him. We then see Vader head for the Padawan's master. One of his men tell him that he might be on the peak of a mountain, beyond his scanner's range, but he also asks Vader to return to their outpost, but he declines, and the rest of those men from earlier shoot at him from the bushes. One of them shoots a rocket at him, landing in the ground next to him. They run while Vader scans the strange rocket, which is actually a sound emitter that calls a giant monster, bursting out of the water, grabbing him, and making him drop his saber. But just before it eats him, he uses the Force to control its mind, and it puts him down. Vader then makes it to him on the back of the beast, where he finds out that he was never planning to escape, and the beast leaves, chasing after another one of those sound emitters. He then lunges at Vader, but Vader continues to block his attacks with ease, even cutting his saber in half. But he then pulls a hidden blade out of his cane, slicing at him and knocking his saber out of his hand, telling him, "Fortunately, I've kept a second blade," to which Vader replies with, "So have I," stabbing him through the stomach. Vader asks for his name before he kills him, and he tells him Hylon, which stands for trickster, and Vader will soon understand why. When he makes it back to his outpost, he sees all the destruction which was done by the rest of the Jedi's group, using a device to lure a giant beast to the outpost. Sidious then shows up, disappointed with his apprentice's failure to see the truth behind their mission. He leaves Vader there, telling him to meditate on his failure. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, because I post daily shorts just like this one, and it's free and helps me out a ton.